kick things off. We've literally tickled on it. But Crystal Palace have won the Community Shield at Wembley after beating Liverpool on penalties. Credit to Oliver Glasner and the crew that have made it, their second home. He called it in the
back to back.
I don't know if anybody saw that. You like coming to your new home here at Wembley, winning games. You know what I'm saying? So they've won 3 in a row at Wembley.
I like that, man.
Yeah. But do you know what the worst thing about it though? No one popped. Like no one popped. He said it, and it was just like no one laughed. No one did nothing.
Oh, no one reacted. Fair.
It was dead, bro. But anyway, AD Liverpool, man, started things off. Looked like it was a bit spicy. Looked like we were about to see the 2.0 Liverpool, a new version, a little bit upgrade, and then kind of the game just sort of went the other way. And in the end, Crystal Palace were your Community Shield champions. What are your thoughts on that game? Anything to be concerned about?
I think when we're looking at sort of slot ball 2.0, I think this this new machine, and it is a new machine, it's got a few kinks to it. I think just by virtue of if you swap out 4 or 5 starting players, just by proxy, that's 4 or 5. No, that's about what 10 or 12 different relationships that now need to be formed. That's now 4 or 5 players that now need to be integrated, that now need to know what to do, that now need to come in and be at the level of how we were operating last season. So it's a lot. I mean, that's not to sort of mistake anything from yesterday. Big up Crystal Palace, but I do think that there are some kinks to the system, and there are some things that we may need to tweak, and we may need to sort of do better with over the course of the season. Also, so plenty of positive sides. I think what really astounded me was just the technical base level of this Liverpool side. All of a sudden, it's high, but I'm seeing Verts, I'm seeing Ekitike. You obviously still got Salah. And then when you think of your likes of your McAllister's coming back in as well, I think that should be very exciting when those players start to mesh. And if we do maybe get in one more player, I won't say his name, but if we do get him in as well, all of a sudden it is scary. So there's definitely loads to work with. But I think we also saw some of the kinks. Maybe potentially we've always. Now it's pre-season. The season hasn't even started yet. Maybe we've seen Father Time catch up with 1 or 2 of our stalwarts. Because what Van Dijk was doing yesterday, probably one of Van Dijk's worst games ever in a Liverpool shirt. I don't think Salah necessarily covered himself in glory either. So man, definitely plenty to chew over, plenty that we need to sort of get sorted. But I'm confident we've got more than enough quality to get it sorted.
Let's hope the Aubameyang curse strikes again. Signs the contract. That's it.
The Aubameyang curse.
Let's go ahead. Let it strike again. Let it strike again.
That's not fair. Wait, whose contract came first? Aubameyang or De Gea?
Yo, there we go.
Listen, but what you have brought is evidence to the table. We have brought evidence to the table.
Yeah,
What I can't have is any Aubameyang slander on this podcast. Let's be very clear.
Very
clear.
Are you watching him this season in France?
I've never stopped watching him. I've watched every move.
Okay.
I watch him kick every ball. Do you know what I mean? He still wears Arsenal.
I love it.
When he's training.
Wait, also, I just want to have it right. So, what? I said Van Dijk's name. I said Salah's name. Hands are going up, yeah. So when we walk the league, I don't want to hear Slot has bought it. Okay. So, cool.
Huh?
Cool. You heard me.
Wait, well, you spent 300 million. Don't do that.
Yeah, cool. I don't want to hear Liverpool bought the league. Or Slot can't code. Cool.
I saw you spent the most out of everyone in this whole
league.
Here
we go. Cry me.
Hold on a minute.
The thing is, none of us brought it up. You brought it up. So
you brought it up.
No. Do you know why? I said Van Dijk's name and hands went up.
Why did hands go up? Because he gave away a penalty and he was absent for the second goal.
That's why hands went up.
What do you mean?
Like I said.
See you, mate. See you, mate, guys. See you, mate.
We can't criticize players. Is what's happening here.
The thing is, Robin, we didn't even criticize. One hand up. Not even an interrupt. But he's not said nothing.
AD might.
The defense. You're already joking
on the defense.
Maybe.
I will say this. I was gonna say one thing about Liverpool, and I actually am going to say Adrian. I think this guy's going to frustrate you. You see that right? The person is supposed to be a right back, but it's a right winger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Throughout that whole game, I was looking at him and I said, he's going to give Szoboszlai a lot of work to do this season because he's so high up. He is so high up, and it's just leaving that gap open. Yes, he got the freak goal and he can celebrate. Yeah, do it. That's fine. I have no comments about that. But he's going to leave you high and dry.
We just grab that bit.
But it's just like, I was like, he's going to frustrate you this season. That is generally my feelings.
Yeah. Jeremy Frimpong missed an opportunity of the highest level. If he wanted to cement himself in Anfield history, in the soil, right? He scores a goal in the 20th minute. There is the song that AD sang at the top of the show. The man who wore number 20. He bought number 20, as they say, right? And he plays for Liverpool, and he signed in 2020. And then Jeremy scores on the 20th minute. No. I mean, it was an open goal. It was right there.
He's not
thinking about that.
Everybody should have come to an agreement and said the first goal we score, it's in honor.
I hear it.
Maybe it might happen at Anfield.
The fairness was our second goal, but I hear it though.
Wasn't it the first goal?
No,
Ekitike got the first goal.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah, of course he did. Of course he did. Yeah.
I mean, look, come on. In fairness to him, like, your debut for Liverpool, it's at Wembley. As Adrian said. Like, your mind is not going.
Also, I don't think players are counting the minutes. Yeah, I don't think players are looking at the clock. I kind of like that until towards the end.
I think because the fans have just done their little, their applause. Their applause on the 20th. And then he scored in the 21st minute. Actually, I don't know why you guys keep saying 20th, but yeah, it was 22nd minute. But yeah, I do have one quick question though for Adrian. Look, I only watched the highlights because I haven't watched Community Shield in about 10 years. But
I mean, they made it bloody hard to put it on TNT.
The thing is, people were complaining that it's not on normal TV. I wouldn't have known. I have not watched that competition in years. Chelsea not in it.
I was on Twitter, bro. I was using Periscope.
Bro, you should see. I went on Safari to just to type in football on TV today. You know that TV guy that just gives you everything. That's what I had to do. I googled it. I said, "Where is this game on today?" I said, "Come on."
Oscar, do you know what's mental? Do you know what game I had on the TV?
Chelsea versus AC Milan on Channel 5, mate.
Wow.
That was on Channel 5. That was on terrestrial TV, can you believe?
Yeah. Thank you, Clear Lake, man. Thank you, Clear Lake. That's the kind of strings they should be pulling. I want to ask you, because what I did see in the highlights was a lot of silky movements from one Hugo Ekitike, and then obviously an excellent finish for his first goal. Does that fill you with excitement? Does that calm any prior nerves about his adaptation levels in this league, or is it too early to tell?
No, because I see him banging 25, 27 goals this season. No, he's got the obvious ability, very silky, very good on the eye. The relationship he's developed with Wirtz looks good, and that's an excellent finish as well. I think he scored something similar against Spurs in the Europa League. That just sort of I don't know if you call it a daisy car. I don't know what you might call it, but he's able to like place it, and it generates a little bit of power. But all the sort of raw minerals to be a fantastic sort of link player for us. But if I'm hand on heart, I feel we just need to go and pull the trigger again, man. That's because simply I don't see Hugo Ekitike banging 30 goals in competitions, which is what I think we need. Right,
but outside of Salah, nobody bagged 30 goals last season. So why would you need it again?
Well, the fact of the matter is, Salah is another year older, and I think that a big part of signing Salah on a 2-year deal is obviously A, you get 2 more years of Mo Salah, excellent. But B, you need to start to develop a succession plan. And I think in part of developing that succession plan is maybe understanding that Salah might not necessarily get the numbers he got last season. We've got somebody on hand to sort of take the baton from him. If that makes sense. So yeah, that's why I ideally, and also Oscar, you know what I mean? Don't tempt fate. Don't pee in the wind. Don't tug at Superman's cape. You know, I think last season Nunes scored 5 and Jota RIP scored 6. So between them, that's 11. That's nowhere near enough. You know what I mean? Whether you win the league or not. So we do need someone centrally to put up good goal tally. You know what I mean?
I can't lie. I was watching the first half, and I was like, "These men don't need a sack." You're very technical, very silky. I was like, "Yeah, these guys are ready." I did, but we can't comment on him yet, so I'm not going. But that was a bad time. But I genuinely think. Sorry, Pete. I just wanted to finish this. I genuinely think Liverpool should probably go for the defensive side, if I'm very honest. I think the holes at the back still concern me. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'll be like, yes, Isak is an amazing signing, and yes, if you can get him, go for it. But in the meantime, let's just tighten up the screws at the back. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, personally. I think the fact that midfield of Szoboszlai and was it Jones?
Jones, yeah.
It honestly leaves a lot to be desired going forward in the big games when the season's rolling. You're going to be playing against some tough midfielders, like, you know, and Palace are no mugs. Don't get it twisted, but like, you know, when you're going week in, week out playing against big teams, you're going to need somebody strong defensively, defensive midfield, and defensively. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, totally agree with you, Rubinho. And I think most Liverpool fans, as Endo's put there, that's what they're no long thing. Centre half, defensive mid.
Yeah, shout out to Endo. He's saying the same thing. Get me 2 central defenders and a midfielder. And he says if Van Dijk goes down, Liverpool are in a top 4 fight.
Mate, I literally put it in the group chat, didn't I? I think when it was probably was it 2-2? And I was very much like, yo, if we can get an injury at the back, like run me this season, let's go. Like I'm depending on Liverpool not being fully fit all season long. In order to, I mean, I don't think it'll be a top 4 fight, but like Liverpool will be there still.
Yeah,
and you know what, Arne Slot, man, tracksuit at Wembley, blood. It's not on. It's not on.
In fairness to Arne Slot, this trend started long before him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, everyone's getting it. If you wear tracksuit at Wembley,
it's not good. Because he's normally smart casual as well. He would just been rebellious. You know what I mean?
It's a disrespect to what Wembley is. It's the perfect like physical representation of what Wembley has become. Yeah. The fact that managers stroll up there in tracksuits. Yeah. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I had a hoodie one year.
Peter is we're not even saying wearing suits. You can have a...
No. It
has to be a
trousers. You know what I mean?
First of all, it has to be a suit. I need to see you just put the blazer down because it's too hot. I need to see the suit.
No, hard sole shoes. At least hard sole shoes. At least
for the anthem, the blazer needs to be on.
Speaking on the anthem,
there's no point PR. We do it every year.
Do we? Do we do it every year?
We do. They do it every year.
No, it's because I sat there like, and I was. Why am I shocked? I was shocked, guys. Like,
why,
bro? Because it's like
they're booing the anthem.
Man, are booing the national anthem. Man.
They're Scouse, not English.
But that's why, and I have a feeling. Okay, we can move quickly from that to the booing during the talking during the minute silence for Diogo Jota. Horrendous. Oscar.
Yeah, people are talking. That was few.
They booed the whole thing to the point where, you can't tell what sets of fans it was. You just heard noise. And then it was
audible.
The referee had to cut the minute short. So the referee just cuts it after that 25 seconds. And then even the commentators are like, God knows why anybody would do such a disrespectful
Because
thing.
I don't think that's Palace fans.
I had a feeling it was. I thought it was Palace. I thought it was Palace on the I would have thought it would be Palace on the chances that you just booed the national anthem. Maybe it's about, you don't boo our anthem, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like a little one-up. Obviously, drunken, stupid people probably, or not even drunk, sober, whatever, stupid people, right, clearly wanted to make a scene. And I think what ended up happening was Liverpool fans were then trying to tell them to shut up type of thing. On both sides. But you could tell that it was like every person in their right mind was like, there is no time for this. To the point where the referee cuts it 25 seconds.
Yeah, he cuts it short.
He blows the whistle. He said,
I need to go and rewatch that because that's
it's a minute silence. And we get a quarter.
And also,
he cuts it. I said,
you
this is
can kind of
madness.
understand when it's like, because they do minute silences a lot of football. They really need to cut down on the minute silences, yeah. But you can, you can
applause, no?
Yeah, do an applause. But you can understand when it's like an old player. Like if it's a Liverpool legend from the 50s that's died, and the people in the stadium don't really have that connection to that player. So you're kind of just paying respect because you're told to, other than that. But Jota hit home for everybody. Like we all watch this guy week in, week out. So the fact that there was disrespect for that one, it's crazy.
I'm sure he scored in May. You know what I mean? I'm sure he scored a goal in May. I'm sure did Portugal win the Nations League?
Nations League,
yes, they just won just before.
Yeah. That was scandalous, mate. It was scandalous, both the booing and the thingy.
I saw a tweet that spoke about how Liverpool fans were booing during the minute silence when the Queen died. Well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. And Murad then said to use that as a mark of just desserts is nasty work. Yeah, it's nasty from both sides. Anybody that was doing
everyone that
you can't say, "Oh, I'm so annoyed at you for booing, so I'm gonna do the same thing." You're just as bad then. Like, it's just,
right. So Crystal Palace are your winners of the Community Shield.
David, Glasner Ball,
baby,
Ball. Yeah.
Guess what, Oscar?
Again.
Guess what, Oscar?
You scared me, bruv. I was like, blood, what have I done?
Don't ever at me again. Because you used to at me when they would lose. You'd say Glasgow.
Hey, guess what?
Right.
Same cabinet.